Welcome to Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Each week's episode features Jimmy Bowen and a special guest like Lighters in the Sky, Gary Mule Deer, and more. Today's guest is Tim James. And now here's Jimmy Bowen.
Put on your Bobby socks, baby. Roll up your old blue jeans. There's a band playing down at the Armory. That's what rock and roll really means. I wanna ride in your 55 T-Bird, drive through some old memories. I ain't after your body, baby. I just want you to dance with me. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bop the night away. I wanna make it a night like it used to be, when our hearts were young and our souls were free. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bebop you, baby, till the break of dawn. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I got an old photograph in my pocket. We were still in our teens. Lord knows I feel a lot older now. You still look the same to me. Honey, you don't ever laugh like you used to, and I don't wanna see you blue. If you busy tonight and you think it's alright, this is what I wanna do. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bop the night away. I wanna make it a night like it used to be, when our hearts were young and our souls were free. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bebop you, baby, till the break of dawn. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. Let's twist and shout, oh, just like in the good old days. Baby, watch out. You know I just can't stand it when you look at me that way. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bebop you, baby, till the break of dawn. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long. I wanna bebop you, baby, till the break of dawn. I wanna bop with you, baby, all night long.
Well, welcome to the show. We have got a splendid show for you tonight. Great singer, songwriter, and author. Mr. Tim James is with us tonight. You guys are going to enjoy Tim. What a story he's got to tell. We're going to be back with you in a few minutes after these commercial breaks. Hang out with us.
There's more Jimmy Bowen and Friends coming up right after this.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back. We've got an exciting guest tonight. This gentleman here is kind of the whole package here. He's an author, he's a songwriter, singer, guitar player. It's amazing. Please make welcome Mr. Tim James to the stage. Tim, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm so glad you could take time and be with us and share your talents with us. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Talents is a stretch, but I'm happy to be here.
Well, you got some talents. We first want to talk about, you've got a new book, Going Crazy, all right?
Yeah, man, I started that book 8 years ago, and it's really more about, to be honest with you, about men's mental health as much as anything.
Yeah?
Because, there's times in the music business and just life in general, you feel like you've lost your mind. And the subtitle is Left Foot, Right Foot, Breathe, which ultimately, you get knocked down enough you find a way to get back up the next day. And I always say, just right foot breathe, one foot in front of the other, keep going, and you'll figure it out.
So it's kind of an inspirational writing.
It is, yeah.
This is really cool. So now you kind of you do a short form writing and a long term writing, or what's the difference there? Tell the folks about the transition going from short form to long form.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was 8 years in the making, so that sort of explains it. But writing a song is trying to capture somebody's story and your story in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That was me starting 8 years ago, just saying, man, this is something I want to put down.
Yeah.
And it was more of a cathartic process. And eventually I finished with it, and I contacted an editor, and she's in New York, and she just said, I love this, we should put this out. So you can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it at thetimjames.com, as if that website's not too egotistical of a name.
I like that. Well, that's cool. I like that. Tell us about coming from Murfreesboro to LA and back, and what's your journey? You've gone from one side to the other.
We don't have that kind of time.
Give us the highlights.
Yeah, after the Chippendales gig fell through. No, man, to be honest with you, I'd never been on an airplane, and I got on a plane at 23. I knew one guy in LA, went out there, was going to stay 6 months. I was in, believe it or not, when I play songwriter shows, I was in pharmaceutical sales, and most of my friends think that's like selling weed on the corner, and I'm like, well, that too, but I actually sold Robitussin for A.H. Robbins, and I just one day went, man, I want to write songs for a living, so I started writing, came home, got signed. This is home for me, so got signed to a publishing company that Toby Keith owned, and he recorded a song of mine called My List, which was the #1 song.
Yeah.
So from there, it kind of took off.
That's cool. So what are you going to do for us tonight? What are you going to perform?
I'm going to play, thanks to these guys back here, great band, and thanks to you, I'm going to play George Strait's last #1 song, which was called Give It All We Got Tonight, which was his 60th #1.
Yeah. You guys give it up for Mr. Tim James.
Moonlight shine, your pretty little head on my shoulder, pulled over on the side of the road. Oh my God, your song, like nothing I've ever seen. I'm asleep, let me dream. And baby, fall into my kiss. It should just happen like this. Trusted so much that there's no one else but us. And this moment says it's alright, 'cause that's all we have in this life. Drink up this love and give it all we got tonight. Honeysuckle leaking through a roll down window. We both know when that cedar lays back, anything can happen. So imagine it never ends. Close your eyes and you can see we are where we're meant to be. And baby, fall into my kiss. It should just happen like this. Trusted so much that there's no one else but us. And this moment says it's alright, 'cause that's all we have in this life. Baby, drink up this love and give it all we got tonight. and there's no one else but us. And this moment says it's alright, 'cause that's how we have in this life. Drink of this love and give it all we got tonight. Yeah, give it all we got tonight. Thank you.
Don't go away. Jimmy Bowen and friends will be right back.
Tim, that was awesome.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate
Man,
it.
that was awesome. What'd you think? Give him another round. That's whew. Man. Now, last year we all in the music industry we had a great loss with Toby Keith. Now you wrote one of his #1 songs called "My List."
Yeah.
Right. So tell us about that song. How did it come about, and what's your memories of Toby doing it? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I first moved back to Tennessee from California, I was always a list guy. Like I wrote down my list, like stuff I need to get done. And then my dad, who's since passed away, but my dad had a heart attack. And he was in the hospital, and I thought to myself, man, my list is just jacked up. Like, I don't really care about what I get done. All I want to really do, ultimately, is spend time with my dad. Mm-hmm. And so I sat down one day, just kind of, I guess the misconception about writing songs is people think, you sit in the attic at 2 a.m. and drink wine. I'm like, no, I start at 10 a.m. But I think, for me, I treated it like a job, so I always went to work. And so I just showed up one day, and after my dad had a heart attack, I told my buddy Rand Bishop, I said, man, I want to write this song about my list, about how my list needs to change and include more important things. And so we wrote the song. I wrote for a company that Toby had just started. I was dead broke, and he called and said, I want to cut that song. He cut that song. That song was the #1 song for 5 weeks and has been on 12 million albums since.
Tell us a story about Love Like Crazy.
My dad was a big influence, and so my dad passed away, and for a couple weeks I just remember saying, man, I don't want to write any songs, I just want to stay home. And then my dad always would say to me, go to work, just go to work. And I wrote one song with Mike Reed, who wrote I Can't Make You Love Me, amongst other giant songs. And I wrote a song with him, and I said, what's the key to this whole thing? And he said, the key is to show up for work. And so between that and my dad, I remember saying, man, I just got to go to work, because I'm not as talented to be honest with you, these guys back here. It's like I just don't have that kind of talent. I can make stuff rhyme with love on occasion. But I remember saying to myself after my dad passed away, I was like, I got to go to work. I got to go to work. I got to get this out of my system. And so I sat down with a guy named Doug Johnson, and I told him, like, man, I just want to write a song about my parents. My parents were married 58 years, and my dad died, and my dad had this super common sense advice, just that's the course. Go to work, do your best, and don't outsmart your common sense. He'd say that stuff all the time. So Doug and I wrote it, and it took an afternoon, and then he cut it on Lee Brice, and it was a #1 song. So,
and that's the one you're going to do right now.
Yes, sir.
You guys may welcome again Mr. Tim Jones.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Called him crazy when they started out. Said 17's too young to know what love's about. They've been together 58 years now. That's crazy. He brought home 67 bucks a week. Bought a little 2-bedroom house on Maple Street, where she blessed him with 6 more mountains That's crazy. Just ask him how he did it. He'll say pull up a seat. It'll only take a minute to tell you everything. Be your best friend, tell the truth. Don't use I love you. Go to work, do your best, and don't outsmart your common sense. Never let your praying knees get lazy and love like crazy. They called him crazy when he quit his job. Said them on computers, boy, they'll never take off. He sold his one-man shop to Microsoft. They paid like crazy. Just ask him how he made it. He'll tell you faith and sweat and the heart of a faithful one who'll never let him forget. Be your best friend, tell the truth. Overuse I love you. Go to work, do your best, and don't outsmart your common sense. Never let your praying knees get lazy and love like always treat your woman like a lady. Never get too old to call her baby. Never let your praying knees get lazy and love like crazy. They called him crazy when they started out. They've been together 58 years now. Ain't that crazy?
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Jimmy Bowen and Friends in just a moment.
Welcome back. What'd you think of Tim? He's a character, isn't he?
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I like him. We share the same views. We won't go there, but anyway, it was great having him. Glad he could be with us tonight. We're going to say goodnight to you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us and everybody out there watching in TV land and streaming and all that kind of cool stuff. And hope you've had a good time. Ready?
Ready.
Baby, I don't need no explanation. If you say you change your mind, I'll be there in a heartbeat. You just name the place and time. 'Cause I'm worn out, the floors have walked on, and I've run out of walls to climb. But I'd still crawl right back to your arms. You just name the place and time. All of this time, baby, I've been hoping that you'd get him off your mind. If there's a chance of starting over, you just